I'll tell you what, we lucked out with the weather tonight. Almost everybody raced good, and we lucked out with the weather. It was supposed to pour rain all day. Had this vicious 2 or 3 or 4 vicious thunderstorms this afternoon with high winds. It was just really weird weather, and it was supposed to continue and rain all night long. It just continues to boggle my mind how quick the weather can change here. When I went home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 12:30, 1 o'clock, I was fully expecting to have to race all night long in the mud. I just assumed I had come to grips with it. It was just what it was going to be tonight. And I get halfway to the track and it's spitting rain. And I just happen to click on the radar just to see if anything's changed. Everything changed. A chance of rain all night rather than a complete and utter downpour. Mere hours, the weather had completely changed. And for the good, obviously. I was happy. Got to the track. I had a number of horses to race tonight. I was optimistic, but, you know, how would Blue Ventura do? How would Never Lose Felix do? And then you got Mountaineer Prince later on. And then, of course, you have Admiral Deal from the 9-hole. What kind of trip would we work out with him? Rocks just coming into my eyes. It ended up being a good night. Blue Ventura, I wanted to stay close. I thought if I could just exactly how I wanted the race to go is exactly how it went, right? I knew I likely couldn't beat Kurt out of the gate. Wasn't in a big hurry just to get landed behind Aaron or landed in front of Aaron. Thought it'd be just off the speed. I was surprised that Kurt's horse was kind of out of soap as early as he was. I ended up getting Blue Ventura moved, and as I moved him, I thought to myself, I'll just drop in the 2-hole, ride it out, and whenever I have to move, I'll move. Quite the opposite. Blue Ventura was coming with a full head of steam, and it was pretty clear to me that Aaron's horse was done. He was gassed. So I just kept sailing, and away you went. You know, somebody messaged me and said, he looked lame behind tonight, maybe a little sore. Well, you're right. He has looked off and rough from day one. He has looked the exact same. In fact, that's not true. He's looked worse. The night that he won in 56, finishing up his mile, he actually looked much worse than he did tonight. Just a little rickety, and I know it shows, it looks behind, and there might be a component that is a little bit behind, a little pinching him, but Dr. Latessa has not been able to locate any areas that bother him, which only leads me to believe more that it is actually in his feet. He's loading weight, and it's not that he's more sore in the mile. There's a sense of relief coming for him, and just because it's when you let off the gas, right? When he cleared to the lead that night and won easily in 56 with the earplugs in, halfway down the lane, I let him throttle back. That's when it was more exaggerated. Tonight, again, clear off the lead. I was a little more ready for it tonight. I kind of tried to keep him up in a higher gear down the lane, just kind of picked at him. But again, as he started to throttle back down to the wire, got out of gear again. So I believe it's in his feet, mostly his feet. You know, we do work on them. We continue to work on them. He's getting stronger. He's getting better. So I think he'll be able to work his way through it. I can say that I haven't seen him any worse. In fact, I've seen him worse before. So if I've seen him worse before, obviously there's some progression into tonight. Either way, I'm not too worried about what I saw from Blue Ventura, other than the fact that he did his work very well. I was actually surprised with the open bridle on, clearing the front so early in the mile, just past the 5/8 pole. I thought there was a chance that maybe he'd shut himself off, right? That he would kind of curl up on me a little bit. When he got rough around the last turn, the outside number come undone and kind of flared up just for a second, and I know he saw it with the open bridle, and it startled him, and he just got out of gear. But aside from that, I think just his feet. You got to keep working on his feet. Everything else is getting better and will continue to get better. So I was happy with him. Tell you a horse that surprised me a lot tonight was Never Lose Felix. I didn't expect a lot going into the mile. Got away third. Fourth. I really didn't want to move him. But the middle two were clearly done. And at the same time, there's protecting your horse, and then there's not giving him a chance to race, right? So I guess on the video it looked like I was a little late in the race. It felt like I was right on time to move the horse. Aaron was getting his horse moving and ended up just floating over a little bit as I came out. But I believe I was just kind of taking my time. But on video it did look like I was a little bit late. But like I said, in real life, to me, it felt like I was right on time with Never Lose Felix, and he ended up racing adequately. I'll say this: probably one of his best miles I've sat behind him and been involved with. When we moved him, he came with a full head of steam. He didn't, he wasn't oozing the eye of the tiger, that's for sure. He didn't really take a run at the lead. He just wanted to be present near the lead, and he stayed that way until he ended up finishing second. So a decent mile from him. Mountaineer Prince, after the race, I said to Jason, I feel I could have been a little more protective of him. He is trotting better. He is feeling better. He shouldn't have made the break tonight. And I said to Jason, Justin gets along with this guy. I feel this is more a Justin horse than an Anthony horse. He's an okay horse, and I think our partner Earl had sent me a message, said there's only 17 colts eligible to that division. I'm sure he'll be fine. Maybe I should have just protected him a little bit more, but he really just didn't feel like, he felt he was trotting great, and then just rolled off for a step and he raced okay afterwards, but he's just a horse. He's just a horse, and we'll continue to build him up, build him stronger, and we're just gonna have to do a better job keeping his confidence up, and I think we can. I will mildly take the blame. There was no excuse for the break, but that's kind of been on his business card from day one when we started racing him, right? I will break for no particular reason. That's kind of how he's presented himself. So I got to know that moving forward. I don't think I'll have much of a problem with it. I think Justin will be available more times than not moving forward for Prince. So we'll see how things work out with Mountaineer Prince. Now, Admiral Deal, can't really fault him either. Had the 9-hole, didn't get away great. Ended up, I know Kurt was trying to get moving himself. We just found ourselves out of the race. The horse in the 3-hole was gapping badly. The horse first over parked the whole way, was kind of stuck in the way. Admiral Deal is not really a sprinter, right? He's looking around to see what little he can do. But he did race okay the last half of the mile when I finally got him moving and made him do his work. And he did try and chase down the horse in second. So I'm not going to say he raced bad. If I'm on the gate, I'm closer. I'm probably 1-2, Aaron and I, and maybe I'm a close beat in second, but I'm certainly not third. And I thought his mile was okay, all things considered. He's the type of horse you want to be on the gate. You don't want to be trailing post, gapped off the gate, falling off the gate. You need to have him up near his best at all times in the race. And I just struggled to find a spot where I could do that. The outside flow being stagnant is the way it was with the horse parked. Really put me in a bad spot. Last thing you want to be doing was 3 wide early with Admiral Deal, and that's where I found myself. So a decent night tonight. We had a first, a second, a third, and a little break. I think we can remedy that just by being, as I said, a little more cautious with him. But is what it is. Not a bad night at the office tonight on Tuesday night. A first, a second, a third, and a break. Now tomorrow looks very interesting. Yo, Mr. is in tomorrow. Where do we got old Mr. in? 6-1 in the 28,000 class. What did he draw? Program. Race number 1, post 8. Well, that's not ideal. 6-1 tomorrow afternoon. Race 1 from Miami Valley, and then we have Memento Mori. 7-1. I don't think they pulled the past performances up on Memento Mori when they made him 7-1. To think that Memento Mori can't trot in 57, 58 tomorrow it's false. Of course he can. I trained him in 2 minutes, come 28 seconds the other day. He's qualified in 59. He trained in 2 minutes. He trained in 2-2. There'll be no problems with Memento Mori, I don't think, tomorrow. I'm not telling you he's going to go out and win. I don't want to stretch him and, wind him right up to race in the non-winners of 4 at Northfield Park. We ever sight set on the Bunker Hill, and, I had somebody message me saying, he just doesn't look like he come back as good. Really? You saw him in a qualifier, and you don't think he come back as good. Just relax. It's a long year. Memento Mori did not forget how to trot, and he'll be just fine. His only problem is a slight appetite. He doesn't eat the best as he should, and we're continually working on his ulcers and guts. And, we have him on gut X, we have him on gastrogard. He's eating well, but we need him to feel well, shed his hair, look shiny, get dappled up. That's what we need Memento Mori to do, and I think that's probably weeks down the road. So he'll be good tomorrow. Will he be at his best? Of course not. It's his first start of his sophomore season. Of course he's not going to be at his best. But he is sound, he is feeling good, and he'll give a good account of himself tomorrow. Melisandre, much the same. Horse on the rails, the horse to beat. She is going to be a little bit short coming in. They trained her at 2.9 on Saturday. I probably should have got her over here a little bit early and trained her at 59 on Thursday. But again, another filly that I think is a long year ahead of her. Real good 2 first starts out of her. I suspect I'll spring off the car, get away in the 2-hole behind Aaron or close to Aaron, sit, and race her the last quarter, 3/8 of a mile. That's how I want to race her right now, and that's how we will tomorrow. Mounts for All is also in tomorrow. His AST, now you're going to see his AST be down around much more normal tomorrow. He's 20-1 morning line. Race 12, post 10. That's why. His AST will be down normal tomorrow. He is another horse you don't want to race from post 10. He's a little flat-footed at the car. I suspect you're probably going to see him get away 6th or 7th, which may not be the worst thing in the world to be 2nd or 3rd over at Miami Valley. If there's a hot pace, 20-1 is a ridiculous number on this horse because he's as good as those horses are for sure. Vehement, again, a little bit of time. I didn't get that full week off, or 10 days, I think, for him. Odds 4-1. He'll be good, I think, also. Race very good his first start for us here. I suspect he'll double up and race good again. And then Jimboree, 10 days. Mile and 2.6, 2.7 training. 7-2 morning line. That might be one of our best plays of the day. No, Memento Mori at 7-1 if they're gonna book those odds. That would be the one. We should have a decent day tomorrow. Yo Mister from post 8. That will give him hopefully the chance to be the last one to the front, and I think on the front end I think he'll do some good work tomorrow. But again, we'll see how things happen with him in Miami Valley. Memento Mori is good, coming in good, and should be fine. Melisandre, same type of thing, is good, is coming in good, should be fine. Mounts for All will be better if they can find a way to get away 6th or 7th and be 2nd or 3rd over. He'll be lethal tomorrow, I believe. Vehement will be fine, and Jimboree will be fine. We should have a good day tomorrow at Northfield Park, or at least in Ohio. We'll follow that up with Grand Slam Dio and Resolve Indeed Thursday evening. We are planning on training all the babies Thursday morning for you. It's going to be a little rushed. I wish the qualifiers were at noon or 1 or not even that day, because it's going to be a beautiful day, but it's going to start off cold in the morning, right? So I might move some of the sets around tomorrow. Maybe the horses we plan on going in 20, 35 or 40 with, we'll start off in an earlier set where the track's a little colder, the air's a little colder. And then as it warms up, maybe in the middle of our race program, so to speak, we'll put the Open. Now, I do have to make a few little changes. I'm trying to find the best place for Hanger. Currently, I have him with the Pacers. I don't think that's fair to him, so I'm going to try to find a better spot for him. So that's all the entries up till Thursday. Now, no racing Friday anywhere. I think we might have a horse in Friday and Saturday at Mohawk. We'll have no racing here. Thursday we have Roser and Alexandra will be in on Saturday evening. Chris Lamps or our boy Tyler Angus, who's on a roll. Congratulations to him. One of those two will drive Roser and Alexandra. No racing Sunday in Ohio. It's Easter Sunday. We'll be back at it Monday at Northfield Park. I believe we have some horses in Saturday at Miami Valley also, but that's not up and it's not official yet. I'm going to focus more on tomorrow, Wednesday. So with that, I'm going to let you go. The weather is currently changing quite a bit here in Ohio. It went from pouring to tonight, which it wasn't, to lots of rain tomorrow, which it isn't, to a nice day Thursday. I hope that stays the same. We'll all see together. So take care. I will talk to you tomorrow. You have just shy of 9 minutes left in your Tuesday. Take care.